If you import foods into the US, your products are subject to the same regulations as those that are domestically produced. And if those products are not in compliance, they will be put on an FDA import alert and detained. So, what does this mean? And how do you get them off FDA's detainment? I'm Lisa Lupo, your host of Tag Talks Food Safety. And in today's episode, I welcome TAG Director of Food Safety and Managing Director of TAG India, Ranjeet Klair, to further discuss import alerts and answer some of the most common questions. Welcome, Ranjeet.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for having me.
It's always fun to have you on, Ranjeet. So today we want to talk about import alerts. So let's start with a discussion on import border control. Can you provide a brief explanation of what happens when a food shipment arrives at the US border?
Yeah, so think of it like airport customs, but for cargo. So when a
Okay.
food shipment lands at a US port of entry, it doesn't automatically wave through, but it gets through filing steps of electronically filing with FDA, Customs and Borders Protection through a system that screens every entry against the risk criteria. And most shipments sail through without a problem. But if the product manufacturer or the shipper or the country where the product is coming from has a history, FDA has an active concern, so shipment gets flagged. So at
Okay.
the border, this is where the flag detects the shipment need to be held or leave the border without a problem. If there is a flag raised due to the product, manufacturer, shipper, or the country, the shipment gets pulled on the side, and that needs a further investigation.
Okay. So you mentioned the black flag. So what
Hmm.
FDA can do then is put the shipment on a red or a yellow or a green import list. What do all these colors mean?
These three lists exactly, they call it as import alerts, and they almost work exactly like a traffic light system. So
Okay,
green light,
good
you're
to go.
cleared, good to go.
Okay.
And the firm or the product has proven they meet the regulatory compliance to be able to fit to use in the United States as a product. And it's not required to be held by due to any automatic detention. Green list firms are not automatically detained and do not face any scrutiny. Now, that's a green. And then the second one comes at below is a yellow list. Yellow means you are being watched.
Okay.
Yellow list products are like they don't get held right away, but they are under intensified surveillance and may require additional field exams or analysis. But these shipments still enter, but may be flagged for some inspections or a little more paperwork.
Okay.
And the third one is red list. Red list is clear cut, you are detained, no questions asked. So the firm or the product which is on the red list, they are this product and the firm is on the detention without physical examination. And Lisa, we all talk about it every time.
Yes.
It's called DWPE. So DWPE is the term we use for that state of red list, and FDA don't even look for the further shipment until they require the next steps, which is testing at the border, and that leads into further follow-up and extra hold of the shipments once it enters United States.
So if my company is put on this red list, will I be informed about it and why we were red listed?
Yes, definitely, you will be receiving some communication. But before that, I want to tell the audience that red list doesn't mean you are on the do not fly list. Like you have a chance to work further. Once a product, supplier, or country of origin is on red list, um, FDA will give some uh, prior notice, they say notice of action, which is given to the importer who's responsible for that shipment. And there is a timeline. I think it's a 10 business days to reply back. And what notice spells out is that what you need to do next. So, so also there's this little catch that many companies don't even discover those alerts and communications for the first shipment. And that's where sometimes the lost in communication between importer received the FDA notice, or whoever is the contact of FDA should be receiving those type of important notice gets missed. So we have seen some issues here where getting to know about what is going on with the container gets delayed due to communication gaps.
Okay. So if I am on the red list, can I still ship products to the US?
Technically, yes. Practically, it is painful. Um,
Okay.
Being on the red list doesn't ban you from shipping. It means every single shipment gets detained on arrival, held either in the FDA warehouses, or FDA lets you take it to your importers' warehouses until you prove it is clean.
Oh, okay.
Clean in a way, any kind of shipments issue they have. And Lisa, importers bear the cost of everything else that happens from there, like cost of private lab testing. They require to test for a particular import alert. If they are on import alert due to salmonella, that shipment need to be tested for salmonella by FDA approved, FDA accredited laboratories, and or if this is like pesticide residue, then testing for that target testing. So you can still ship the product, but it stays held until you get the clearance by testing lab that this is clean and not having the violation which is on this particular shipment under
Yeah.
the import alert.
Okay, so that's like a shipment by shipment part of the DWPE. But there's also, isn't there also something about 5 consecutive clean shipment requirement? What's that all about, and what qualifies as a valid shipment?
That's a very good question. I've been asking my clients been asking this question a lot of times. So actually, 5 consecutive clean shipment is the heart of getting out of red list permanently
Oh,
when
okay.
you submit FTA petition. Um, then what FDA why FDA want 5 shipments is generally they wanted to see track record of what you have put in place in terms of root cause corrective action are working, and those shipments has to be commercial scale, commercial size, and we will talk about a little bit more like it's not something that we can do in a week. All 5 shipments are leaving.
Mm.
That is a big no. There has to be consistently demonstration of compliance over the period of time um, with the different times the products was made and shipped throughout that corrected system is the key to show that this is a valid shipment. Um, Again, there is one more caveat here. If one or the few shipments slip through by undetecting that the shipment entered but was not tested, so that can also break the chain of 5 consecutive shipments.
Okay. So is that the main way I get off detainment, or what else do I have to do?
So first of all, we're talking about before that every container under DWPE gets tested means container by container clearance. This one with the 5 consecutive shipments requirement comes with the written formal petition to
Okay.
the government, to the FDA. And that petition will show how you feel now your system has corrected the errors which was leading this non-conformance to made the violative product. So this is in addition to petition. So none of the petition will not work alone to get the success. 5 consecutive shipment will not be the beneficial to get you off the red list. Both goes together.
When I'm writing that petition, what are some of the most common mistakes? And if I do get denied, can I just revise it and then send it back again?
Oh yes, good news is yes.
Okay,
In
good.
Denial is not a death sentence. It's like you can revise and resubmit.
Okay.
Um, the bad news is that most more denials are mostly self-inflicted. Like there are some common obvious reasons were thin and missing corrective action plan. In the past, 5 consecutive shipments was the way that FDA was able to confirm the conformance and making the decisions on import alerts. But now FDA has shifted its focus toward preventive measures. So a petition without a strong, the keyword is strong here, corrective action plan. So if we are saying corrective action is retraining, that doesn't fly so well. Now we have to know exactly what did you
Okay.
find first? Second thing in this one is a broken chain of clean shipments. So if 3 shipments come back clean and fourth gets again positive or failed, the count resets again. So that's another reason why the mistakes happen when our system at the base at the production facility is not strong. So to give a confidence that no matter which month, which week we make product should be clean. Um, Third one is if you are submitting your petition before you are ready. So a thorough root cause analysis and effectiveness check whether your corrective actions are working or not. That is very important. And other stuff is like small, as I said before, non-commercial shipments. Like if the site think they can send a shipment as a very small to prove as a main shipment, there is a rule for that. Like it should be having a certain dollar value of commercial to prove that you are really producing at the commercial scale and then submitting that. So absolutely, the petition can be denied. You can absolutely go back, fix the gaps, resubmit, and each cycle cost months, some changes in the strategy, as well as keeping a track of consistent shipments coming out good, clean from your the facility.
So, how does being on the red list affect U.S. importers that are under FSVP and VQIP?
Very, very good question. So let's talk about these two acronyms and a little bit more detail about that behind it. So we have FSVP, Foreign Supplier Verification Program. Under FSVP, which is a FDA FISMA rule, US importers must evaluate their foreign suppliers, and that evaluation must factor in whether the foreign supplier is subject to any import alerts, and importing the product from a red listed supplier is not illegal, but importer must maintain additional written justification for continuing to import from that supplier on an import alert. So it looks like this requires more additional customers paperwork, additional compliance, additional rules about how to continue knowingly know that the containers are coming from a supplier who has an import alert. That's about FSVP.
Okay.
Along the side, VQIP, Voluntary Qualified Importer Program, is an FDA's expedited entry. It's like a TSA pre-check program for trusted travelers, and its trusted importers can be enrolling for this program. So that's the scary part here. Importers who are disqualified, who has import alert and is unresolved and it is still going on, they may not be getting the uh, eligibility to qualify for VQIP program. So this is an expedited entry which can be impacted due to import alerts. And FSVP is a mandatory requirement. They need to have it. So VQIP is a optional if supplier want to do it, whereas FSVP is a regulation like it is expected to have in order to supply to US.
So FSVP is having my passport and VQIP is
Yes.
having global entry.
That's good. Very, very good connection. So it's a TSA pre-check global entry is VQIP if you want it. Otherwise, go in the back in the line and
Yeah,
wait.
yeah, you guys got to stay in line. Got it.
Very
So,
good, Lisa.
so there's a lot involved in this importing food business. How does tag help importers, whether helping to prevent getting on one of these red lists or,
Hmm.
getting off an import alert or even, with their FSVP or VQIP. What can TAG do to help?
So I think our team, the HSN Group team, is very well trained to actually connect the dots between the real world experience in both the government and the industry. So our team, they know how FDA reviewers would actually think and also would know what different dynamics of different countries are there, the cultural, the geographical variations, how that play in the role in consistently supplying USA the food which is expected to be of the same standard as if it's made in the US, in the United States here.
Mhm.
So what regulators require, what expectations are from them, how our team interprets the regulations in that regional geographical language to make sure that the message gets across. So how tech can help here in the two modes. One is a reactive mode. That means something happened, we receive a call and we go and we fix the problem by working with the teams on the supplier side by building a root cause analysis, design their corrective action plan, coordinate how they are working towards fixing the issue, and we do the effectiveness check and 5 consecutive shipments coming to accredited labs, and then we assemble the full package of petition. So when it lands to FDA desk, it looks like it's covered all the elements required, rather than uh, going back and forth or triggering any further delay. This is a reactive mode. On a proactive side, what tag can do, we can do a mock FDA inspections or mock reviews of their sites and assess their unique situations. They're closing their existing closing compliance gaps. If they have, deploy some best practices for regulatory and from reputational food safety risk management standpoint. So in a simple language, I can say mock inspections help the suppliers understand what it takes to make the products that is compliant for consumers of United States. Then supplier and FSVP program audits, then their food safety plan reviews, and anything that can lead into any issue that can let the company into red list. Bottom line is the fastest way to be the best way to be avoiding to be on the red list. If you are, then tech can help you on there. But the best way is the proactive way, where we wanted to continue strive to check the compliance, and in case we have any issues, we can fix this before FDA finds it in the shipment.
So I want to thank you so much for all your expertise and knowledge, Ranjeet. Given all that you've discussed here, what would you see as just a couple really key takeaways or thoughts that you really want our audience to remember from this discussion?
Yeah, so really important, which are based on my experience working from last 5 years only heavily on FDA import alerts, is that the communication. So what we are seeing, the struggle of what's going on the in the customs entries of containers in this side. We are having issues with when the importers do not communicate with the local foreign suppliers that you have a detained container. It sometimes it falls through cracks, and when we come into picture, then nobody has the email trails or notice of action in files. That's a big one.
Yeah,
Once it's there, then we have like we want people to react in a way, not to like within a week we will submit everything and everything will be like I will write a petition. It's like a magic wand, like okay, go. That doesn't work like that. Last thing we want is to break the chain of 5 consecutive containers by
right.
having the fourth container fail and you start the cycle again. The bigger problem comes when you are a seasonal supplier. You only produce a some cut certain products in a part of the year, not all the year. Then you are waiting for next 6 months. So connecting the dots, how your business can sustainably grow, is very important. That FDA compliance need to be taken so seriously at every step where your product is touching, whether it's in the import or in the US. whether it's in the India level or in any other country, because we have a team in India. We've seen so many good examples where clients are getting better on being proactive. And be sure before you say that you are ready, and it's okay to do a good time on the good petition, good corrective action. So your confidence is there that all containers are coming, no matter which month they test, will be good. So that's, yeah.
Great. Thanks again, Ranjeet. And I want to thank our audience for listening in. We hope you've learned a bit about import detainments and removals, the colors of the alerts, and the importance of being proactive and
And the
how
global entry versus regular entry.
global entry and passports and how
Passport.
tag can help with all of that. Maybe not your passport and global entry, but your import alerts anyway. So,
Yes,
but
yes. We will
we do
take care of
appreciate,
your cargo.
yes,
Yes.
yes, stuff you're bringing in, not you.
Yeah.
But we appreciate all of you joining us. And as always, to stay informed on all things food safety and ensure you don't miss any episodes, like, follow, or subscribe to Tag Talks Food Safety on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, whatever your favorite podcast platform is. Thanks, Ranjeet.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.